Or something. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi, guys. Come in. Come in, guys. Welcome in. Let me wait for you guys to come in. Guys, let me know where you're viewing from, what country, what city. So today's very important. Today's going to be very important. Hi, Sean. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in, guys. It's been a lot going on. How have you guys been? It's about to get deep tonight. It's about to get deep in here, guys. There's a lot going on. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hi, South Georgia. What up, Linda? Hi. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear the music in the background? As long as it's not distracting, I'll keep it on for a moment. Let some of you guys come in here. Come on in, guys. Y'all, it's getting real. It's getting real. It absolutely is getting so real. It is. Come on in, guys. Come on in. I'm just going to take care of a few things here. Go ahead and shout out your city, your country. Guys, this is about to get so deep tonight. I don't even understand the depths that we're about to go. Source gave me a message about 2 weeks ago. Guys, I'm so backed up. If you guys knew how many messages I have just on my recorder, probably hundreds, that I can't keep up with them. Sometimes, to be honest, I do forget about them, but I happen to listen back at some of my recordings and I'm like, wait a minute, I think this is about the Super Bowl. And we need to talk about it because it's not what people think that it is. It is not what people think. It is not what you think that it is. Everything, guys, has changed. Everything is different. Nothing will ever be the same. And at this point, I'm going to call it, I think we're at war. I think we are. I do. I really do think that we are. I'm going to let you guys come in here really quickly while I just take care of a few things. And we're going to get started. And I'm going to play to you just a snippet. It's about a minute, minute and a half. I woke up around, I don't know, it's probably 4 or 5 in the morning, and Source was giving me a message. And yeah, I do believe it's about the Super Bowl. And maybe you guys can help me decode it because, Source was kind of speaking in code, but I think I have some supporting evidence. And we're going to go through what that is. It's about to get deep. And to be honest, I don't even know what I'm going to say. I'm not prepared. I pulled up a few things that I'm being spiritually led that these pieces fit together. But to be quite honest, I don't know how they fit together. So that's what we're gonna uncode together, guys, this evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. All right. All right. What I'm gonna do here. Hi. Hi, guys. Welcome in, guys. All right. All right, guys. It's a lot going on. A lot going on. You guys can hear me okay, right? Whew. All right. I'm gonna play to you guys what the message source gave me about 2 weeks ago. And I happened to be going through like my like phone recorder and it came back up to me yesterday. And I'm like, oh, I think this is about the Super Bowl. I don't I don't know anything about the Super Bowl. I didn't even know who was playing in the Super Bowl. But I want you guys, oh, okay, I want you guys to take a listen at this. And we're gonna now start to build on top of this because I believe that this Super Bowl could be some sort of ritual. It could be a message, could be a message. And like I'm saying, I believe there's two sides to this. Spirit is saying there's a proxy war going on. And I said this, I think, yesterday. Somebody Google what proxy means. I said this yesterday. It's coming back around today. There's a proxy war going on. So let's play this, guys. So I'm going to play here. It's about maybe a minute. I'm going to play this. And I do believe that this was a message about the Super Bowl. Okay, here it is.
The ego has been moved. I just saw in my mind's eye. I heard something say, burn down UCLA, like something gave an order. And it felt like an eagle representing maybe the United States. I also did see a old Apache chief, felt like either Apache or Cherokee. And I saw the head on like a swivel, and the head turned by itself facing the east. So turned its head away from the west, took the grace away from the west, and during the time of destruction has its head turned towards the east and is not looking at California at all. The eagle has landed.
Okay, guys. I don't know what that means, but we're going to decode it. Guys, this is not by happenstance. So in this message, and I'm going to play it again so that we can hear it again, because I honestly need you guys' help. This is clearly talking about the Super Bowl rituals that's about to take place. There was a chief in this message, and there was an ego. Who do we have playing, guys? We have the Kansas City Chiefs, which I had to Google because I didn't know who was playing. And then we have the Philadelphia Eagles. And Source said at the end of the message, the eagle has landed. So his law is perfect, says the eagle represents the elites, the sword in the chief, Indians, original people, the Christ. You know what? His law is perfect. You're really onto something because when I pulled up a few things, it did tell a story about this homeland, about indigenous people here, Aboriginal, Moorish people here, and also too a conflict between two sides of the same coin. There is a conflict here, right here in America. I've been saying this for a while, and I think it's all led up to this, guys. I'm going to play that one more time, and then I'm going to get into all of the things that Source led me to. It's about to get deep. It's about to get deep, guys. You have no idea how deep this is about to get. Let's play it again. The eagle has landed. This message was brought to me about 2 weeks ago in the wee hours of the morning.
The ego has been moved. I just saw in my mind's eye. I heard something say, burn down UCLA, like something gave an order. And it felt like an eagle representing maybe the United States. I also did see a old Apache chief, felt like either Apache or Cherokee. and I saw the head on like a swivel, and the head turned by itself facing the east. So turned its head away from the west, took the grace away from the west, and during the time of destruction has its head turned towards the east and is not looking at California at all. The eagle has landed.
All right, guys. So you heard that. The eagle has landed. I saw an Apache or Cherokee chief's head on a swivel. Chief, who's playing? The Chiefs versus the Eagles. And I saw an eagle give an order. It said, burn down UCLA. Do you guys know anything about UCLA? What, they're big on football. They're actually one of the bigger colleges here, right here in the United States, that is known for football. UCLA, guys, is also located, I believe, in Santa Monica, California, near the fires. So it would not be far-fetched that the fires could reach there. And this represents really American football, college football, but football may be a code word for something else. Let's build this thing together. Okay, where do I want to start? First and foremost, let me just show you guys. I'm going to put all the facts out, and then we're going to start building this. Okay? So the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. In that message, the eagle has landed. The eagle gave the order to burn down UCLA. I saw a chief. Now, when I saw the chief, it made me think about an Indian chief, right? Or an Aboriginal chief. That's what it made me think about. Guys, you mind if I take my time during this message, because I have to put these pieces together. Give me a second. Apache. I feel that Apache is key here. Is key. And I'm almost wondering, guys. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna move forward. But there's an ego. Not an ego, but an eagle that's giving orders right now. And it's just like, I'm sorry, his law, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the name right now, but it's just like he said, his law is perfect, said that the ego could represent the elites. I told you guys, this is the 11th hour. So what are they doing? They're trying to get rid of evidence, right? AKA the California fires, but it's much deeper than that. Because what I'm getting, when we strip this away about it being about the Super Bowl, make no mistake about it, this ain't about a Super Bowl. This is about a proxy war, and it's also about the indigenous people of the land being at war with its predecessors. This is what I'm getting. So now I want to show you guys a few things that Spirit led me to. And then while I'm doing that, I believe the pieces will kind of start to form and come together. Okay. So, guys, let me know if you can see this. So when I saw the chief's head, like an Indian chief head on a swivel, I had to look up, what does head on a swivel mean? Head on a swivel means to be constantly alert and watchful, always looking around to stay aware of your surroundings, like a swiveling head would allow you to see multiple directions at once. It essentially means to be on high alert and ready for anything. Be also ready. Be ready for anything. And I'm getting very strongly, even though the Chiefs are the Kansas City, Missouri Chiefs, the energy of the Chiefs, I'm being led to California. And I'm being led energetically that this is talking about Aboriginal chiefs here, right here on this land. I think there is a proxy war going on. Okay. So I say that to say that. Now, let's look at the meaning of eagle has landed. So the eagle has landed means that a mission or goal has been successfully completed. Most famously, Apollo 11 lunar landing, where astronaut, you remember Neil Armstrong, announced that the eagle has landed upon touching down on the moon, July 20th, 1969. You guys been watching a lot of the videos in this channel. 1969 has been very key. P. Diddy was born in 1969. Jay-Z was born in 1969. There's a lot about 1969. Now, here's 1969 again. Doesn't just stop with them two. There's been a whole slew of videos. You guys can go back and watch that, right? Whole slew of videos about 1969. But it's interesting that, what had I been saying? This is the 11th hour where a huge shift is happening, where they know that they only have a split second to do whatever it is that they're trying to do. This is why, guys, everything's so chaotic right now. Let thy eye be single. You have to. You cannot get distracted in this moment of correction, is what Source is saying. So now Spirit is here, guys. Source is saying this is a moment of correction, something that should have been done long before it happened. Interesting. The moment of correction, which is now, should have been done long before it happened. So what does that mean? Source is saying this should have never happened. This should have never happened. It wasn't supposed to happen. Guys, people can change timelines. We're all so powerful. You have the ability to influence timelines. This was a timeline that never should have happened. The eagle has landed. Let me build. The eagle has landed, guys. The mission or goal has been achieved, has been completed successfully. And so when I heard Source tell me the eagle gave the order to burn down UCLA, this is another part of Los Angeles where the fires are near. Santa Monica is not too far away from Malibu and Pacific Palisades. Yes, it's several miles, but still in the same vicinity. And when we think about UCLA, we think about football. We do think about football, okay? So now we know what the eagle has landed means, and the head on the swivel means you need to be watchful. Basically, you need to see in all directions right now. All directions, you need to be ready because anything could happen at any moment in time. So on one end, we have, let's say, the elites being the eagle. Also, the United States is known as being the eagle. On one end, we have this shadow government doing a proxy war, giving orders out to burn things. giving orders. And on the other end, we have a chief representing Aboriginal and Indigenous people in this region. It goes beyond the borders of just what we have present day America, but I'm feeling it's in that in a region. We have this chief head on a swivel, which is able to see 360 degrees. However, the ego has chosen, not the ego, but the chief has chosen what? To face the east. And that means the back would be to California. California is a very key part of this. Okay, so this is the first thing that we have, guys. Ooh, someone said Apache helicopter. Remember, the presidents always have the football case. What? I don't even know about that. No, it's the Getty, someone says. Keenan says. In Westwood, UCLA is, oh yeah, you're right. UCLA is in Westwood, but it is near Santa Monica. It's probably within 6 or 7 miles down Santa Monica Boulevard. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It is Westwood. So in California, guys, I used to live there for 14 years. All of the next cities are really close together. You could be in another little city in like 10 minutes from each other. Yes, Westwood. Absolutely. Thank you. The Getty Museum is the Illuminati hub. Ooh, right next to UCLA. Wow. Very, very interesting. Also, too, guys, this is bringing in the energy of those planes now. And so thank you, Keenan, for saying the Apache helicopter, because this is somehow all those plane crashes is somehow part of the war that we're in. There's a proxy war, guys. It's not just happening here. I think I was talking to some of my girlfriends about this yesterday or the day before. The proxy war is in Gaza too. It's all like over, like they're using different places to run a proxy war. And so what I was getting with that is that it's that, let's say if someone is at war, let's say you're at war with Spain. I'm just giving an example, but you set up shop in Morocco and you're stopping trade there, you're influencing the environment there, whatever trade that Spain has with Morocco, so that it will put pressure on Spain. You're fighting a proxy war. You're not there fighting, you're somewhere else fighting, but in proxy or proximity to the place that you're aiming at. This is what I feel is going on here in America. America is at war with each other. There's two sides at war. There's the Eagles and the Chiefs at war. There's the old America. When we talk about the Chiefs, right? We talk about all of these Native American and Aboriginal chiefs, Moorish chiefs is what I'm getting. Stay with me. This is important. This is important. Okay, now I want to show you some geographic locations. And I think I've been building on this for a few days now. This has been coming up on my spiritual desk, popping in to all of the sessions. And I think that the source is really not wanting me to pivot from this. Source is trying to show me something, and I have to pay attention to the instructions of source. Now, I want to show you the map, just so that we can see who's at war. Okay? That's what I'm going to call it. Who's at war? Who's at war? Allegedly now, y'all know all this alleged, but Spirit just ain't never lied. So we look at California, we see California, but we also see Missouri here. Missouri, Kansas City. Now it's very interesting because Kansas City is in Missouri. However, Kansas is also its own state. I want you to, sources expanding this for me. Kansas City is a city in another state of Missouri. However, Kansas is also another state. This, to me, gives me the vibes of someone wanting control, wanting to expand into other regions, to stake claims into other regions, to put their name, sound familiar, on other regions, Gulf of America. This is giving me the vibe that someone wants to stake a claim to lands, to infrastructure, to waterways that are not their own. Okay? Sound familiar with Trump wanting to rename Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America? I'm just making a parallel. I'm not really putting that in there, but Source is bringing this up, that this is something to pay attention to, guys. So now, when we look at Philadelphia, Philadelphia is in Pennsylvania. And now it's about to get deep. It's about to get a little deep. And I need you guys to go with me on this because you guys may not know about some of this. So this could be a new history. This is a little bit before before America was formed. So now I'm going to switch gears here, guys, and show you something else. Show you something else, guys. Give me a second. All right. Hold that thought. We're gonna switch to this, and we're gonna tie this together. Now this has been coming up for a few days now. Spirit's bringing my attention to the chief heavily in California. This is representing indigenous tribes here, the chiefs. Head is on a swivel and it's ready for anything, and it can see 360 degrees around. Take a look at all the red located in California. And I knew something was very significant because in one of our sessions, we were channeling that California was the root chakra. I didn't know it was the root chakra of the world. When I Google it, California is the root chakra of the world. I just thought maybe it was the root chakra within United States or this region, right, of the Americas. But no, it is the root chakra of the world. There's a lot of pain there from the indigenous chiefs. See, these chiefs, I do believe, have are awakened, and they're ready for anything because there is a war going on, a proxy war, and we are collateral. We're collateral, and we don't want to be collateral damage, AKA also too why the planes are falling out of the sky. Okay, so now the root chakra of this land is unhealed. The root chakra is your basic security, food, shelter, clothing, feeling safe, feeling secure, taking care of the basic needs, the foundation, if you will. Now, I want you to take a look at the other spot on the map, which now has the yellow around and also the red dot in the middle. Interesting enough, this is near what? Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. This red here is still what? Representing the root of California, the chief, the energy, the unhealed energy of the Apache chief. Not just Apache, but this is a representation of what Source is saying. Now, Source told me this area here near Missouri, this little dot here, is representing the heart. This is the heart of America. And when we kind of zone out and we take away all of the purchases that United States have made, like the Louisiana purchase and the other purchases, and we kind of shrink everything together, this kind of would be middle America. It would probably be in the middle somewhere. If we look at a map of the United States before we start acquiring different countries, right, and lands. So I want to point that out. There's something, a connection between the chiefs on the land, and also the red is the blood that was shed from the people. And that blood or that root, part of that is really in this land over here near Missouri. Now, I want to show you something else. Like I told you, it's going to get deep and we got to build this thing because this is not, it's not easy. We're putting these pieces together as we go along. Okay. So Keenan says Mount Shasta is considered the root chakra. Yes. In Northern California, absolutely. Absolutely. Remember, the president always have the football suitcase. Okay, I've read that. Now look, I want to point something else out. And I'm just going to show this. And I I don't know exactly what this means, but we are building something here. Now, we've been talking about fault lines. California has the San Andreas fault line, which runs pretty much the whole length of California. I do believe that is an ancestral, almost spine, if you will, or passage, or energy signature, right? That is being slowly awoken by the ancestors that have come back to defend the land. We are at war. Now, going back to this, take a look at this picture. Has the same red from the root chakra of California. But look, they've switched places. Now look at California, how the red is small. And now the red over here near Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, is now big. And this whole region is circled, including Philadelphia, which used to be the Moorish capital. And now this is where it pivots, guys. So just pay attention to that. This, what I honestly truly believe, so this is like a fault lines. There's a fault line that runs not just in California, but also where, guys? Also where? Hold on. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. I don't know if you guys can see this, and I'm going to stop it and share it again. But this here is the Mississippi River. And so this Mississippi River goes from one end of the country all the way down to the other end. This country is divided. This country is at war with itself. And remember how I was saying the proxy war. Pay attention to the Mississippi River. This was very key when, before America was formed, and we had here the Moors. This was a huge trade route of ours. And I say ours because this is what most people are calling the so-called African Americans. That's a made-up name. You can't be African and American at the same time. You cannot be two nationalities. No one else has two nationalities. That was created by Jesse Jackson in the 1980s. That is a made-up name. We have to stop using that because it takes the truth away. And this is why people are lost in the sauce. This Mississippi River was a very important trade route of ours. Remember how I gave the example earlier of Morocco and Spain? Guys, Source ain't never lied. We're about to put the pieces together. So Source really in this moment is talking about the war is between the Moors. The Moors are the original inhabitants of this place. Well, in a way, they almost came here and also took it over. I've done videos about that, but nevertheless, um, the Moors were the inhabitants a long time ago, even before the Native Americans, right? So, and I'll show you some pictures in a moment. But this was an important trade route. And remember how I said that there's a proxy war going on, and I gave the example that if someone is in Morocco, if you guys know anything about the Moors, then Morocco is is everything to the Moors, right? So I gave the example that if I wanted to go to war, someone wanted to go to war with Spain, but they didn't want to actually be in Spain and bring the war there. They could set up a proxy war in another country and stop trade and control the waterways and different entry points, ports, things of that nature, much like our tariffs that's going on. This is worse. Much like the tariffs are part of the proxy war. But the people being targeted, guys, it's not about targeting Canada, Mexico, or China. That's what it looks like. See, there's a few wars going on. There's multiple wars. Just don't become a casualty of the war, right? We have to zone out. The tariffs is part of the proxy war. That is going on between the Moors and the Eagles. Did you guys know that the Moors sued the United States corporation for trillions of dollars? Yeah, trillions of dollars. And there are some people, I've been building on this for a while. Building on this for a while. I keep saying, I think these people will get the check. And I'd be laughing sometimes at my dad. Be like, you better turn your paperwork in. We about to get paid. I'll just be, okay. But I'm telling you, this is giving the vibes, guys, that those reparations that y'all been wanting, giving the vibes that this is how it's going to be paid. And I'm not even into this. Source brought this to me. It's a plot twist. I never expected it. I never thought that the Moors would actually get paid. But I'm telling you, I'm feeling that this happens. I am telling you, I think, oh, thank you. Think that President Trump is doing the tariffs to get the money to pay off the Moors. I'm telling you, these are the Aboriginals, guys, that were here. They actually, see, guys, one thing that Source revealed in another channel message is that, goodness, guys, this gets so deep. Hold on. It gets so deep. I'm telling you guys, something is going on. President Trump is actually trying to get the money. I think he's going to send some checks out to the Moorish government. I think he's going to send out some checks. I'm telling you, that's what these tariffs are for. Oh, Source ain't never lied. I think, y'all, I got to turn my paperwork in, claim my Moor status. Let's see, get my check. Get my check. No, I'm serious. This is giving the vibes. And I'm telling you, I was channeling the other message. I saw President Trump's on a penny, like on copper. Do you guys know anything about copper? These, so to speak, Black Americans, which are the Aboriginals, right, are the copper color race that it all speaks about in all of these ancient texts, that those were the people that were here, the copper color people, race, right? I saw him on a penny representing the copper color race. Yes, he also will have his own coin. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's on the penny of some sort, but like a new updated penny. which is more, had the value of more of like $1 or something. It's kind of given that the copper is going to come back because of this. I think, oh my God, guys. Woo! Source is on fire. Hold on, y'all. Hold the presses. So the tariffs are to pay off the Moors. Want my check. Then somehow President Trump, remember he had a coin. I'm telling you, there's something that he's using to pay off the Moorish government because the chiefs have threatened from the spirit realm. And Queen Khalifa, we're going to get into her. She was the queen of California before the United States was formed, or rather was stolen. They had a treaty with the Moors. Yeah, Moors aren't all innocent, okay? Black Moors were the ones who gave the order for the United States government, which they had a treaty with, to go to Africa and get slaves. Okay? It's not me. Sorry, I know this is Black History Month. Don't take my black card. I have to tell you what Source has said. Source said that the Moors, who were the copper colored race that were here prior to the Native Americans, made some sort of deal with the Spaniards, with these different European races. And guys, possibly even back then, these people weren't even white. That's kind of what I'm getting. Somehow it all changed hands. This is getting deep. And then they were in a treaty that they couldn't get out of. But as a peace offering, to form this treaty, they told the Europeans, what Source is saying, to go to Africa to pick up their gifts. That's what they were told. This is part of the slave trade that no one knows. It's a part I didn't know because I channeled it. I just channeled it. So it wasn't all that the Europeans were just going over there for no reason. No, they were instructed to go there and pick up their gifts as a peace offering. However, still, it was still bad because no one made them go. They didn't point a gun to their head and tell them to go and steal people and pillage and all of that. That's still on them. That's still a karmic justice that needs to be dealt with. But I want to give you some context because we've always been at war here in America. And in fact, this very American corporation, United States of America, was always set up to do proxy wars. This is the sole purpose of this government. It's always set up to do proxy wars. This is why when you see other countries at war with each other, it's in the United States pops their head in there, and you're wondering, what does the United States have to do with this? Because that's part of the treaty. I'm telling you, something with the Moors. These people have been working with the Moors for a very long time. And I'm telling you that the United States of America was set up to just do proxy wars. This is how they get their funding. This is why they give all the money away, the tax dollars away to different people, because this is how they're able to be the country or corporation. They were created to do that. If America would stops meddling in other people's business, they would get removed as a superpower because this is how they were formed. This is the true essence of the United States of America. It was always set up to be a corporation. It was always set up to go to war. It was always set up to filter resources to other countries. It was always set up as a middleman. There is a shadow government. There is the 13 bloodlines that truly are running and controlling this. The United States of America only has the power because of this, because of what they were created to do. So we cannot just ask, oh, why do they do this? Why do they go to war? And why do they mess in other people's businesses? Because this is how they were created. And so that's in simple. I know that it sounds simple, but in truth, that's just how they were created. And that is the sole purpose of the United States of America. It's not to give you the American dream. It's to give you the American illusion so that you can keep funding the proxy wars. You can keep funding the corporation. You keep donating to the corporation when you donate your taxes, which is voluntary, by the way. Just look into it. I'm just saying. So that's the first thing I want to say. Now I heard source say the Mississippi is drying up. We got two fault lines. We have the fault line going on in California, which is the world's root chakra, which is holding, wait, guys, wait for it. Source ain't never lied. Wait for it. The root chakra is carrying the codes of the indigenous ancestors. The San Andreas Fault, you want to think about your spinal column has those 33 vertebrae, which is the Christ, by the way. And the Kundalini energy is wanting to rise, the awakening, which they want to stop. So think about the root chakra. The root chakra is wanting to be cleansed and purified. The chief is the ancestral DNA codes. That's awakening within all of us, the collective. These Aboriginal chiefs that this nation was built off of their blood, sweat, tears, but guys, its code was built off of their energy. They are awakening and they are at war with the egos. The egos are the ones in the physicality running the show. Your governments from around the world, your shadow governments. The chiefs are representing the ones from the dirt that are coming back energetically to reclaim and give karmic justice. They have their head on a swivel because they want to see 360 degrees. They have to be ready for anything. And the eagle has landed, guys, which is the mission has been successfully completed. But when we think about the eagle has landed, it brings me to the moon landing back to 1969, which we know is so esoteric. See, what's going on here, this ritual that's about to take place tomorrow, is that they feel the egos, the elites, right? They feel as if they've already won this war with the chiefs, with the ancestors that are coming back, that are unearthing themselves energetically through all of us and on the land altogether. They feel as if they've already won. So it'll be very interesting to see if the egos win. Because if the egos win, then that could be an indication that maybe our ancestors have lost this one from the spirit realm. But if the chiefs prevail, then that could be an individual. That could be an indication that the ancestors have won. See where I'm going with this? Okay. I want to give you guys some context about the Moors. Strange enough, the Moorish temple, guys, guess where it is? So back in the day when the Moors, before the United States government, the Moors' capital was in where? Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That is where the Moorish capital was. And today, there is a Moorish Science Temple of America, located where? In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And also, too, I was looking at something about the address. What's the address of the Moorish Science Temple of America? It's located at 169 West Fisher Avenue in Philadelphia, PA. There's the 6-9 yet again. This is a confirmation of the war that we've been in. Source is really saying that the war is truly between the Moors and the, so to speak, United States government, but it's deeper than that. This is a corporation, guys. You have to know that, which I do believe the corporation has ended, and they're selling the parts off. You know how when a company is going out of business, but it takes them a little while to situate themselves, maybe build another business where they kind of forward some of those elements of the old business into it, or money, and they might sell off pieces of the company. This is what is going on in America. This has been going on for a very long time. And even parts of the sell off has gone to China. A lot of the lands has, farmlands and things of that nature has gone to China. But the thing is, they're trying to restructure because of the war of the chiefs, of these aboriginals. When we zone out, guys, nothing's physical. When we zone out, this is the end of an age. You must pay for everything you've done. Everything must be accounted for. There's accounting going on right now. And what our ancestors are saying is that you have to account for the blood that was shed on this land. Not just for the, so to speak, Black Americans who are the aboriginals, but also the other native tribes who came here and was welcome, had their own tribes. We lived and coexisted together very beautifully for so many years. Never any problem until this corporation was formed. And to be honest, the Moors did make this deal. They did. They made the deals, and it got messy. And it's been a war ever since. This war has been going on since the inception of America. You have to know that. I want you to zone out. This is what Source is truly saying. But why, guys, 6-9? Why 6-9? Interesting. So when I go back to the moon landing, the Eagle has landed. Spirit brings the attention to the moon landing, 1969, representing the Eagle. Then when we think about the Moorish temple located in the old capital of the Moors, that was prior to America, that is located at 169. It's interesting. I'm just saying, too close to be a coincidence. Also, too, when we think about the Mississippi River, I was telling you guys that this was a huge trade route of the Moors. This is how the Moors became. The Moors were all about commerce, guys. They were like, they were capitalists. They were real business oriented people, right? And that was the major trade route. So the chiefs, the ancestors, the indigenous Aboriginal chiefs are drying up the Mississippi River. That's what Source told me. Then, when I went to Google and I asked, wait, is the Mississippi River drying up? And said, yes, the Mississippi River is currently experiencing low water levels and is considered to be drying up due to ongoing drought conditions in the Midwest, causing significant issues for the river transportation and impacting the ability to ship goods like grains across the country. This situation has been ongoing for several years, with 2023 seeing particularly low levels of various points along the river. The eagle has landed. This, I truly believe, is the ancestors represented by the chiefs drawing this out because we're in a what? A proxy war. Removing access to trade routes, the ability to move goods, because if you know anything about the Moors, they were all about commerce. And this was a major point of commerce for them. I do believe they are from the spirit world. They are drawing this thing out as part of the war that's going on. The ancestors have spoken and they want reciprocity. They want truth and reciprocity. This is what I truly believe is going on. And I know this may sound out of the box, out of the ordinary. You may not be used to hearing these things because they only tell you about Native Americans. They never tell you about the Aboriginals or just the originals, right, of the land. They never tell you about that. But I know for a fact, because my dad's a Moor, I know for a fact how much they've sued the government for. I know for a fact all of the meetings and the negotiations have been going on for a very long time. And what I'm seeing is that the Moors actually do get a check. And it appears that the tariffs are part to pay the Moors. Now, am I saying they're going to get the trillions of dollars? Is everyone going to get it? No. Just as I do believe the elites of the Moors will get it, I do believe that they will get paid. Now, whether the elites of the Moors give their people something, that's on them. But what I'm saying, United States government or corporation does pay the Moors. I'm seeing that. Whether that trickles down to the everyday man, can't tell you that. But what I'm seeing is that these tariffs are to pay off this debt. Because when we zone out, there is a war going on. The ancestors are fighting from the spirit realm, and they got technology too. Don't get it twisted. You think they just playing with sticks and bones. No, guys, we come from the stars. We're galactic, infinite. And they also have their own, galactic ancestors. This war is multidimensional because this land here of America is special. I do believe this land is marked, and what people say, by the blood of Jesus or by the blood of Yeshua. I believe that. And that blood of Jesus or Yeshua was bled from the ancestors' blood on this land. This is what Source is saying. And I know they tell you all of this in the Middle East and all of that, but no, Source is giving reverence to this land. This land has been written out, but has not been written. It has not been written. And it is time. I've been sounding the alarm on this for a while, but I didn't know it would get this deep. So I'm going to share this really quickly as well. This is Queen Khalifa, guys. This is what California is named after, the Queen Khalifa. You probably didn't know that California was named after a Black queen. Yes, Queen Khalifa. This is how you get California. Now, these are just little images, but, of course, I don't know if we know what Queen Khalifa truly looks like, but this is the depiction. This is the depiction of. And guess what? She's a Moor. Guys, you can't make it up. I didn't know she was a Moor. That's why Spirit's bringing my attention to she is the root. She was the queen, the ancestral lineage, all of that lineage that you have running through your veins, your blood, your DNA, is stemming from her, Queen Khalifa. And she had chiefs. She had other people working for her. They have come back to avenge her, to avenge the blood inside of you. This is the war, guys. Look at that. Look at that bird. Look at the red, guys. Look at the red and the yellow. What's the color of the chiefs? I'm telling you. I don't even know, but hold the horses. Hold the horses. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on. I want to point something out, guys. Hold on. Hold on. I want you guys to see this. Hold on. Look at the colors of the chiefs' uniforms. White, red, yellow. You see that? Look at the red, yellow flag. Red and yellow flag. These are the chiefs. But what did I say about the Queen Khalifa? Look at Queen Khalifa, the warrior, princess, goddess. Look, she is wearing the colors of the chief. You can't make this ish up. And what, we're about an hour and a half in to get to this point. This is why everything is topsy-turvy. This is what's the real fight at the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, Queen Khalifa coming back to avenge the land, the blood. And look at the Chiefs flag. Same color. Same color, guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mary says, wow, very interesting. I always love how you teach and explain it like you're telling a beautiful story. Thank you. Guys, you can't make this up. I had no idea that this was going to be like this. This is crazy, y'all. Hi, Austin. Chiefs are going to win. Okay. Guys, I don't know who's going to win. And it's weird. I know my sister's favorite team is the Chiefs. And my sister, if you guys know her, like she definitely looks more like the indigenous part of our family. She just has like long, straight black hair. You know, she always wears her feathers representing our Aboriginal and indigenous Native American roots. And so she loves the Chiefs. Yeah, she looks a lot like my mother's maternal side of the family. So, so yeah, awesome. But guys, oh, so the Moors in English usage, a Moroccan or formerly a member of the Muslim population of the Al Adanius, now Spain and Portugal. Yes. Guys, okay, so those are the Moors. And let me show you this. Okay, hold on, we're still building. It gets deep. So in a nutshell, I know it took us a long time to get here. I didn't even know it would be like this. In a nutshell, the ancestors, California, are really leading this. The root chakra. See, guys, we have to understand, strip down the race and all that. I'm so expanded past that. I guess, yeah, when we're speaking, we have to talk about it in terms of nationality and race and all of that. But when you just zone out, we're talking about codes. We're talking about at the end of an age, karmic justice, even within yourself. I've had to avenge parts of myself, and I've had to rebuke part of myself. And when I do that, I'm rebuking part of my DNA, which is not righteous and holy and good for the greater expansion. And when I avenge part of myself, I'm avenging the part that is of Christ light. That is forever expansive. I am avenging that. And you have to at the end of an age, right? And so this is what we're really talking about. It's not about race, because in truth, if you're on this land and you've been born here, I don't care if you show up pale. You have the blood of those Aboriginal and Indigenous ancestors flowing through your brains, because your brain, source never lie. Oh my God. I wanted to say body, but source says your brain. You're part of it. You're part of it because you're on the land, guys. I want you to understand how much blood was shed on this land. This is a special land. This is why they don't want us to earth. They don't want us to ground and connect with those ancestors. Guys, if you were brought here on this land, whether you came from Africa, you came from different parts of the world, the Caribbeans, you came from Europe, right? When they were inviting Europeans to come over, if it doesn't matter how you got here, you would not be here had these ancestors not have blessed you to be on this land. I am guaranteeing you that right now. These ancestors saying, please do not sleep. We are inside of you and us. This is where I want us to get to, because they have fooled us about this race thing, nationality, this and that. When there is no borders, we are limitless. I'm not saying that we should not protect our borders, because I believe in protecting your homeland. You have to protect your homeland. But I'm zoning out and providing another perspective that the righteousness has to be avenged. You have the codes inside of you. You drink the water of the ancestors. We're drinking the blood of these ancestors that were shed here for these corporations to take place. And I'm going to say it. We can't just talk about, oh, the Europeans, the white Europeans, because no, the Black Moors made a treaty with the Europeans. And at the time when that treaty was formed, it was not just white Europeans, guys. They are telling you, only showing you white against Black in this modern day. But I'm telling you, back in the day, all these people were working together. I am telling you, and I wouldn't be surprised if they got together to plan this fake race thing so that they can divide and conquer. But behind closed doors, they're all partying together. Message. I am telling you, it's all fake. It's a proxy war that they've been fighting with this race and skin color, and I'm done with it. I'm done. But at the same time, I'm proud of who I am. I'm the most proud Aboriginal, Indigenous, Black woman that there is, but that doesn't stop me from loving other people, because I know that I'm not my body. And this is where we need to get to for the expansion, right? You have to, of course, love yourself, but you have to love yourself, and then you have to expand past the love of the ego self, right? So I want to show you guys a little bit more. So it's the Queen of California. This is why the fires as well. Queen Khalifa, baby, is saying, burn it down. Even though the egos are like, oh, burn this down and burn this down. Would not be happening had the queen herself have not told the chiefs to facilitate this healing. There is also heart energy in this, which I didn't get to. I'm getting off track because this is new information for people, but let me go back and just show you guys a few things again once more. Okay, we know the colors of the chiefs is the red and the gold, right? And they have the white uniform with red and the gold. Then we know Queen Khalifa, the picture of her flying on whatever creature that was, looking like a princess warrior. She's at war. We know that the Moors is about to get a check. They finally about to get paid, girl. I want my check. Because the ancestors are at war. But the egos have landed. They think that they're winning. They've already got this thing marked that they're going to win. They're saying it's a done deal. They did all their esoteric work, lined up with the number 69, and they think it's a done deal. But Queen Khalifa is still pointing out something. And I think she has commissioned lots of chiefs. And these would be Moorish chiefs and Native American chiefs. And I'm really getting a strong Apache, which I think they were more prevalent in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. So when I tell you, this really transcends these borders. And when you see a lot of people from Mexico coming over, it's because Queen Khalifa says so. Okay? This is her land. Don't forget, the blood remembers. The codes remember, guys. The codes remember, especially at the end of an age. And don't worry, because to be honest with you, the American government corporation has shut down a long time ago. They're selling off parts right now, trying to go to the highest bidder. Look at what Trump did to all of his companies. Didn't they all go bankrupt? But somehow he was able to parlay that into another business. It's kind of the same thing, guys. It's just he's an example of what the United States government is going through. They're selling off the parts. I do believe they're forming, of course, the New World corporation or government. And it won't be a government. It's a government, but what it is a business. So this selling that off, bringing the profits, bringing whatever assets into this new sense of government, one world government. This is what is happening. And that's the example that we're seeing with Trump, right? The parallel we can draw between his companies and what's kind of going on. And it's not just him, because this would be happening under anybody, guys. It didn't matter if it was Kamala or him. This would still be happening. It may look different, but it would still be happening because this is prophecy, right? This is prophecy. Now, we're looking back at the Chiefs. Going back to the colors, we saw the gold and the red in the jerseys and also on Queen Khalifa, Queen of California. Now we see those same colors here on these fault lines, which I said, this is the root chakra of the world in Mount Shasta, starting up here, but it also extends down the spine of the San Andreas fault line. These are holding ancestral codes. This is the Queen Khalifa and all of the ancestors that came from. It's bigger than, she's only a representation here, right? I don't know if the ancestral codes on other countries are waking up, but right here, right now, the ancestral codes of the Aboriginal people here are waking up, and they are tearing the land apart because they are at war. Okay, so we see that here. The Chiefs energy show up here in California in the red. Then it also shows up where? Literally near the other fault line, which kind of is located near Kansas City, Missouri, has a fault line. This is still Chiefs energy. You see the red? This is the Chief. The Chief is in the mix. The Chief is here and there and everywhere. But this is root chakra energy caught up in the eye of the storm, which I feel as if it is a heart. It feels as if it's a collective heart that this red is stuck in. And as we are fighting this proxy war, this is needing to be released as this is being avenged. And this message may not resonate for years from now. This message is ahead of its time, but in due time, it's going to make sense. But for now, just to strip it back, it's about two sides at war, the egos and the Chiefs representing the Aboriginal codes and DNA that actually has nurtured you on this land. You're here because the land called you here, no matter where you come from. Message. Okay. So this is also part of the war. The ancestors are drying up the trade route. Their famous trade route, the Moors, they're drying this up. from the beyond. They're cutting that off. This is also going to separate America from America. I've been saying before for a few videos, America separates from America. I don't know if we'll see it in the physicality, but on paper, there is a great divide. It's a great divide. Great divide. Okay. And I don't know why I'm just now getting around to this girl. Who's the Moors? This is what a Moors may look like. I don't know if you guys know that famous quote about Martin Luther King said, "We didn't land on Plymouth Rock because we were already here. Plymouth Rock landed on us." This is what the Aboriginals or the Moors looked like. If you notice, it's very reminiscent of, you know, Native American tribes. It's just that the skin is a little darker. But if you look at the headdress, and these people were here for a very, very long time. So I think this could be like a depiction, right, of what they looked like. Also, too, I'm going to bring something else up too as well. Let's take a look here. And these are hidden people. And they're not hidden, they're actually us. You guys look at the Aboriginals every day, but you call them African Americans, but they're not. So these are the Moors. This is kind of what, you know, some of these, okay, I think this is the guy who started the Moorish temples. This is kind of would be depictions of the Moors. Queen Khalifa was princess, monarch, California. Moors are from the Moabites. You guys hear about the Moabites in the Bible? You always see the Moors with this is the Moorish flag here. And also the United States flag. If you guys ever take a look at those press conferences, they always have the Moorish flag in the background. When you go to view all the people talking, like presidents and things talking on those platforms, if you notice, a lot of the times there'll be a Moorish flag in the background because we are truly in Morocco. We are. Okay. So there's not a lot of, you know, it's kind of what they look like. So these are the Moors of Europe. Yeah, basically just like any other indigenous tribe anywhere else. They have their own, you know, style, own culture, foods, you know, customs, and all of that. The Moabites are the Moors. That's what we're talking about. So if you look in the Bible about the Moabites. Also, too, Source really brought something. I'm going to show you guys something here as well. Show you guys something. Okay. I happen to have that picture. Ooh. So that's Moorish chief. can see. This would be kind of what the attire was looking like. Yeah. And I have a lot of my artifacts and statues here. And if you notice that this ancestor here is wearing what? A copper on the head. Copper is a conductor. When I tell you that these Moabites or Moors, which are actually come from Mars, by the way, originally, is what source has said. And this thing is so old, it's been glued back together. So I really have to be careful. But the thing is, guys, why is this happening? Because they can't survive. You know how they say, oh, people can't die because of, oh, the sun is, global warming and everybody needs to have melanin in their skin to survive. True to an extent, but what truly is happening, guys, this is why they're paying, I think they're paying black men to go over to different countries to like mate with women. But what's truly happening is because you need copper for your protection in the new energy. This is why they have to pay the copper color race. We're your lifeline. Thank you, Source. 2 hours in to get to this. They have no choice but to avenge. And believe it or not, I see Trump paying off these people. Part of those tariffs are to take care of this because we need, to be honest with you guys, you know why they never got rid of the, so to speak, black people on this land? A, they can't because they're really the true inhabitants of the land. But also B, they're conductors. Our skin, the copper skin, is a conductor to conduct energy. This is why they've always done experiments. You heard about the Tuskegee experiments and all of that. It's because of the technology that's in the pigmentation of the copper color race. So like that's what I'm telling you, Source is truly saying this right now in this moment, is that they need the copper color race to survive energetically because of the copper, because of the conductor. And now, girl, now this brings another thing. Are they going to use us as a conductor to some weird experiment to fight the aliens? Like, seriously, we know there's something coming on the back end of that, right? But but I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying this is truly what Source is saying. And this is why they have to do that, because the energy is different, guys. They will not be able to survive without the energetic currency of the Moabites, of the Moors, of the copper color race. We are a very important piece. If you're alive, you have purpose. If you're alive, you are a piece to the puzzle. We need to expand, guys, because it's not just us anymore. There are aliens coming down. They're coming down with all their technology. And what we're doing, we're separating ourselves from ourselves. We're going to need to use all of us to now really stand in who we are, because there's other species coming. And we need to have all cylinders. And I'm telling you that this is what Source is truly saying, that the copper color race actually, it's used for protection in a way. That's what I'm saying. I think I've made that clear. I think I've made it clear. So this was deep. There's so much more to say. And like I said, this was kind of a little bit choppy because all I had was that little snippet that Source gave me, and I had to put the pieces together. But honestly, in all honesty, this is truly a war that these people have been fighting. The what do you call it? The United States government and the Moors, they've been fighting this thing, and we've been part of the proxy war. Starting with when the African slaves came over, they were part of it. Even when the Europeans came, when they told the Europeans to come and they took lands in California and all that, that was still part of it. That was all still part of it. Whether they present it to you like a good thing, it was still all part of it, a part of this war, right? That's been going on this land. And so now this land is needing to heal from the root. The ancestors are waking up. They could very well Kundalini be rising, right? That's what it feels like. The Queen Khalifas, the chiefs, the Kundalini is rising right in that root chakra, world root chakra in California. And that's going to course correct a lot of stuff. And it's going to clean out the bitterness of the heart. Okay. Oh, guys, I just saw this. Hold on, y'all. Look at this. Do you see this picture? Okay, so this is the picture of Queen Khalifa. Look in the background. Look at the red that appears to look like a feather. No, it has a face in it. Why does it look like the chief facing the face to California? If you look at the face, this red right here has a nose, has a mouth, has a chin. There's the neckline. Here's the feathers in the hair. Oh, wait, what happened? What happened? Yeah, it is. There's a chief right behind her. What did I say? Spirit ain't never lied. What did I say? That the chief, she has commissioned or awoken. I'm hearing Apache chiefs. I'm hearing Apache chiefs to help to avenge this land. Look at all that water in California. This is Christ energy, gold, dipped in red. This is blood, but also root chakra, survival, war, survival, root chakra essence. Look at that face, and it's pointing towards the west. What does Source say? That the chief had its head on a swivel and it has its face turned to the east, meaning the back would be now turned towards California. This chief head was facing California, and in the vision that Source gave to me, it's now facing the East Coast, where, like I said, the Moorish capital is where? In Philadelphia, which is where the Eagles are stationed there, their team, right? The Philadelphia Eagles. So this head turns, and I don't know if this means who will win, but the chief is definitely no longer facing. There is at least 180-degree turn of the head that the chief makes. So I just noticed that. And if you look back at let's see if I can pull up what that looks like the Chiefs. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up really quickly. Look here how the Kansas City Chiefs, look how it's pointing towards the east. Imagine this is the head and it's pointing towards the east. But Queen Khalifa, when she was riding on that creature, it was pointing, where'd it go? Hold on. It was pointing towards California, right? I don't know all the way what that means, but I know Source will reveal it. But there's something very interesting about this Chiefs. So when we're going to be seeing a war tomorrow. What we're seeing is the Aboriginals against the elites, against the eagles. And they're saying the eagle has landed. So that's what we're going to be seeing tomorrow. So much more I could say, guys, but it just gets deep. Sometimes it just gets too deep and I just don't know what else to say. We are the anchors. Yes. Yes. And it's the year of the snake too. Yes. I honestly, guys, I didn't, Source kept bothering me with this message and I was just like, pieces were coming together and over the few days. And I was just like, it's how, Source, like, what do you want me to know? Like, and it's still, guys, it's still, hold on. It's the message still is unfolding, right? Message still is unfolding. And this is my late mother's Bible, as you see, it's very she used it a lot, lots of tape and everything and notes in here, but I happened to open this up to a random page and I want to read something. I don't know if this is relevant or not, but I'll just read it. It's Psalms 107 verse 2. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, whom he hath redeemed from the hand of the enemy, and gathered them out of the lands from the east and from the west and from the north and from the south. They wandered in the wilderness in the solitary way. They found no city to dwell in. Hungry and thirsty, their souls fainted in them. Then they cried unto the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them out of their distress. And he led them forth by the right way, that they might go to a city of inhabitation. Oh, that men would praise the Lord for his goodness and for his wonderful works to the children of men. For he saith, the longing soul and filleth the hungry soul with goodness. Such as sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, being bound in affliction and iron, because they rebelled against the words of God and condemned the counsel of the Most High. Therefore, he brought down their heart with labor and fell down, and there was none to help. Then they cried unto the Lord in trouble, and he saved them out of their distress. Guys, this is deep. What really stands out is let the redeemed of the Lord say so, whom he hath redeemed from the hand of the enemy. So source, people talk about God, I say source, right? Source has redeemed from the hand of the enemy. So whoever, guys, whoever receives the victory, and eventually the chiefs will have to receive the victory in order for this prophecy of what source is saying to play out. In order for our this land to be avenged, in order for the root chakra to be cleansed and healed. This is the collective root chakra located here, Northern California. That source is aware. Like this is all, even though they have their game, but source has already gone before this, right? And is redeeming the people of this land. Because in truth, if these people, like I've been saying, if these people are not made whole, all of this falls down because they are the conductors of the energy. That's just what I'm saying. And so long are the days where we treat people a certain way, because now what we're going to find, guys, is that these melanated people now become the heroes of history. So we all take turns, guys, playing both sides of the coin. Once you have experienced one thing to the max, then by law, the pendulum must swing and you experience it to the same max on the opposite end to that same intensity. That's kind of what's going on. So there's been times in history where the melanated people and the copper color race and all the aboriginals from all over the lands, right? Even in the, Samoas and Hawaii and New Zealand and all of the aboriginals from everywhere, every land, these are the ones, guys, that we're going to need the energy of that pigmentation, that melanin, and the copper seems to be very important to protect us from the new energy that they're forcing. Guys, they're opening these portals. And Source is saying this now. These portals that are being open, we're not set up for that because they're bringing these different cosmic rays inside of our atmosphere and our biodome that we don't have the ability to fight off some of this stuff. Like there's a lot of sicknesses coming because of the opening, the Pope started opening all those portals. And we don't have that. That's why we have to avenge the copper color races because they are the conductors to help us survive this. So if they're like lowly, if they're still thinking that they're not good enough and all of that, then pretty much our weapon to help fight is pretty much on the ground. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like it's all kind of coming full circle. Like it's really given that we need these people in this time for our own safety and protection. And so we have to raise these people up. We have to fill them back with love, right? And protection and positivity because they will be our protection when it's all said and done. This is truly, what Source is saying, This is truly what Source is saying. So we're going to go through a period of time where now I think that people with melanation will now be like very sought after, right? Very much like in demand, very much being spoke about in a positive way because in truth, there's some codes that will protect all of these energies coming in. It's going to be making people sick. I've been feeling it the past few days. Like I feel that the atmosphere is not good anymore. Like it's a natural sickness out there, guys. And this is not like a pandemic. It's just a natural sickness in the atmosphere. And I can feel it. I can absolutely feel that, right? So I don't know, guys. Whew, it's getting deep around here. That's all I know. Was not expecting this at all. I wasn't expecting this thing at all. This is getting crazy. Woo, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All right, let's see if I can just get one more message. This is, yeah. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Reading from the bottom of in the Cosmic Bible. Guys, go ahead and pick up the Cosmic Bible, available on Amazon. Link will be down below when I put the link in after this live ends. And by the way, if you want to book your own quantum telekinetic reading with remote healing or quantum hypnosis session, guys, it's getting deep over here. You have no idea who I healed today. You have no idea. One of your beloved people from the Bible came through in the hypnosis session. Noah. Noah came through and he was able to receive a healing today through my lovely client. We had a very intimate session. It was very beautiful. She released a lot. And I grew and expanded. Noah was able to release. And his spirit truly was here, guys. And it's very interesting. His spirit came through and wrote something down on my paper right in front of me. I didn't write it. I didn't write it. And this word was something that I would never write. He came through and he wrote something. He wanted to lead me to where the healing needed to happen. And he did. And this is the first time that's happened. So my guides and even Noah was facilitating this healing today. So that's a blessing. I know that I'm growing and expanding because now a lot of I cleared a lot of the negative, kind of darker energies. So now I think some of the lighter energies from biblical texts are starting to come through now because the energy is ripe for that. So reading on top of the page 163, all the way down at the bottom, last paragraph. Okay, so I say, I am not my body, I am my soul essence, right? Tahira is the spirit that dwells inside the spirit of Tahira, okay? Then it says, in the Holy Bible, there are several passages about God giving his chosen ones a new name. Isaiah 62:2 and Isaiah 65:15, to name a few. This is what happened to me. I have been renamed as Mother of the Ages. It is a form of branding and taking ownership of that in which a higher being has helped to mold or create. I don't see it as a bad thing, but a gracious token of appreciation. I have come to find that names are very important and are like badges of honors within themselves. Your name, when added up numerically, holds the secret to your purpose and destiny in this lifetime. This is often referred to as your name number or destiny number. I feel it is of great importance to further explore the name of Tahira. Through pre-birth memories, many have given accounts of they choosing their parents before they were born. Some have even said they chose their birth name as well. And I don't really want to go through that. It talks a lot about what my name means and all of that. But the whole point, I think the source is leading us to that names are very important. Names are a representation of bloodline, of ancestral codes. And it just goes to show you that when Source was talking about God has given the chosen ones a new name, right? But I guess what I'm trying to say is that when Source talks about the avenge needing to happen from like the chiefs, right? This is kind of avenging that name or that ancestral code or that ancestral line, right? And I do believe that we will be named once we do avenge it because it will complete a circle. And there is a new formation. There is a new people forming here because this country is split and it has been split for some time. But what I'm saying is now it's being split and divided on paper. So we are going to be receiving new names. We're not going to just be United States of America. There are two portions of this. Some will be renamed in the East, some will be renamed in the West. But nevertheless, God will be the one giving out these new names. And these names have meaning, they have purpose, and they are to be revered and protected. And so when we don't protect our namesakes, right? Our ancestral codes, it's not to use them to divide, but it's to use them to honor them for what the purpose that they were to serve. All of our orders come from source. We're only facilitating what source has already called forth, and your name is so important. My name means purity. My middle name, Akuzia, means born on Sunday. Purity, chase, right? All of that. Sunday, right? We think about Sunday, we think about holy name. We also think about the sun. We also think about life force, right? We also think about Ra. We also think about the Christ. So my name is in the vibration of this work that I'm doing. So what I'm saying is, as we are cleansing out and closing this chapter, we will be receiving new names because there is a split of this country. This country is split, and this country is divided into two or even more than two, is what Source is saying. But the chosen ones from this will be given a new name. And as we're forming a one world government, we're also forming a chosen one government or army for Source. And this is the energy that you're going to be able to expand into. But truly and completely, we won't be able to do that unless we avenge the Aboriginal and Native American people of this land. Because the blood must be served. Because the blood is deeper than them. The blood goes back to the original bloodlines and even the Israelites. It goes back, way back then, going back into the original man that started civilization is where this blood is truly taking us to. So yes, I'm zoning into what's going on here in North America, specifically United States of America. But when I zone out, it's taken us back to the original man who was the beginning of humanity. This is where we have circled back to. Okay. I think that's it, guys. This was heavy. This was heavy. I think that's it, guys. I do. Really quickly, page 123, Cosmic Bible. Reading this really quickly. I don't know, we'll just see what it says. Mother Eve wants us to understand that it is an individual and collective balancing of the sacral chakra. Just as the chosen one's heart space is being cleansed both within themselves and within the collective heart space, once the collective chakras are clear and balanced, the chosen ones will experience their collective Kundalini energy rise. It will be a euphoric feeling on earth, but even more amazing to view and feel from the perspective of cosmic galactic beings. They will join in the celebration too and feel the heightened level of sensuality, which is the loving state of the cosmos, guys. This is so beautiful. This sums up the message. Thank you, Gail, for the super chat, my love. Thank you for always supporting. And like I said before, guys, I'm starting a cosmic ministry. I know I got to get that together soon, guys. I'm so busy, but I'm getting that together. And all of the money that I've earned from like super chats and even on YouTube is just going into that pot for the cosmic ministry to be able to help humanity in some sort of way. So thank you, Gail, for donating to that. That's very beautiful. Okay, so guys, this sums up the message, guys. We are getting the collective chakras, right? They are going to be balanced. And when they are, guys, and so how else are we going to have the Kundalini awakening? This is just sums up here. So Sister Eve, in the Cosmic Bible is really saying that these chakras, this cleansing, all of these things that you see going on, all of the fires, right, is truly because there is a Kundalini wanting to rise. And I think that one of my sisters mentioned this a few weeks ago. Catrice, thank you. In California. I didn't understand it at the time, but now I'm catching up to that. Yeah, the collective Kundalini energy will rise. And this will be a healing here on earth as it is in the cosmos. And we are going to return back to the loving state of the cosmos to transcend this duality focal point. This is truly how we get raised up. And this is the completion, the year of the 9, year of the snake. It's going to complete this side of the coin, right? And so in the year of the 9, California facilitates a Kundalini awakening so that we can now come into oneness with all of humanity and oneness within ourselves and our cosmic bloodlines as well. You have to respect your earthly bloodline. Because remember, it's not just about Queen Khalifa the Moors. This is being traced back now to biblical times, to the first man, to Adam, or the Adams. Thank you. Whoa, 2 hours in for it to get to this point, guys. Wow. 2 hours in. So Source is truly saying that the blood is being washed, right? And so we're going back to Adam, to the atoms that are inside of your body. And that's simply what this proxy war is about. It has always been about them against us. So look what we had to do. We had to zoom in, go into a micro level to now zoom out to the macro level. On the micro level, it talks about the Moors and the Aboriginals and Indigenous. But now when we zoom out on a macro level, it's really leading us back to Adam, back to the original man, but which is basically the atoms that all things are comprised of. That is what the war is. They're at war with us because these people are truly not of this soil. They're not. That's what Source is saying. They are from a different place in the galaxy. They're not from this soil. So these wars that they create, when they pin one gender, now that's the big thing. It's no longer race. It's like the genders, the women and the men are at odds now. You notice that? Because then the race thing didn't work so well. So now they had to bring the sex thing in. And then that didn't really truly work. So now they had to expand that and now create like transgender. So the transgender women will be at war with the, biological women. And then the transgender men will be at war with the biological transgender men. You see, they just keep creating wormholes. But so anytime they place like a title or a division, then just know that's part of the proxy war. The proxy war is they've been fighting us right here on this land. So when you have to be enslaved and now people got to work 3 jobs to get a slice of bread for like $9 a loaf, or like the eggs are like $10. Like, so that's the proxy war, right? You've been in it since the beginning of time. It's just that this is the year of the 9. So now you're feeling the pressure. It's not only the year of the 9, but last year was also the year of karmic justice. And this is also the end of an age. So everything's magnified right now. So that's truly what's going on. They're at war with your atoms. So with who you are, because you are of soul and spirit. That is what they're at war against. I think I've said it. I think I said it. All right, guys. I think that's it. I love you guys. I don't know. I'm going to be making some changes this year when I have time. I've had a lot of things that I need to do and that I'm going to be expanding out doing. I'm going to be changing a lot of things on this channel. And some of these things I will not be able to talk about on this channel because as you guys know, a lot of you guys watching ain't subscribed, but go ahead and subscribe because in truth, since the moment, I think it was two to 4 months in when I started my channel, they pegged me as conspiracy, whatever. And they've never really liked me. I'm actually quite surprised that I was able to get these amount of subscribers because I would have always been blacklisted from the moment this channel came about. And Source has been what is sustaining me, right? So, I want to be as truthful as possible. But I think my truth may be a lot for them to handle. And the algorithm, which is a demon, doesn't like it. It doesn't support this. So yeah, there may be a reconstruction in some capacity, but I'll let you guys know. And yeah, just can't wait until I get into my own energy and off of this, off of another man's situation. But for now, this is what we have, and this is beautiful. And I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful for all of you guys. You really do show up, provide strength to me and sustenance, right? And I'm so happy that we can have these conversations and come from different parts of the world, even different nationalities, right? Different cultures, different races. But when we strip it down, right, it's all love. And that's at the core of it all. And that's what we're turning back to, right? So I just want you to remember that. But there's still some energy in the heart that must be cleansed as well on a collective level. So as of we're talking about the fault lines, right? San Andreas fault line in California, but there's also that one in Mississippi near the Chief, near Missouri, near the Mississippi River. These are all ancestral tools and codes and blueprints. Thank you. Thank you, Commander Eshar. These are blueprints of the ancestors, and they're ready to cleanse and unearth themselves and have this Kundalini awakening, right? That's truly, once that happens, guys, like this is, and this is source. Once this Kundalini happens, whew, when I tell you nothing will ever be the same, this will be the advancement. When I tell you patterns for all of these things will start to be shown. The city of the Jetsons, right? The flying cars, the floating this and that. When I tell you that once these ancestors are avenged, leading back to, we're going back to Adam, back to the atoms within each in us, and also the atoms on the land. These are ancestral codes and blueprints, right? And everything will speed up once this happens. Life will truly be very, very interesting. Okay. I just wanted to say that. There's so much more I could say. I could keep going on and on, but I won't. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this here. Yeah, guys, this is part the planes too. That's been real. I don't know. That's been real. Like I'm kind of giving, I don't know. It feels like I was talking to one of my subscribers earlier, talking about the plane. Yeah, it feels that these, I think it's part of the proxy war too. Like either the airwave is under attack, or it's two things going on. One end, it's part of the proxy war, what we're seeing between the chiefs and the egos. Guys, these things are all staged. I hope you know that. I mean, as good as fun as it is to watch all these games, but what a coincidence that it's the chiefs representing the Queen Khalifa, California. California's on fire right now. And the freaking chief's head was turned to the west, and now it's turned to the east, and now the eagles are talking about the eagle has landed, and then they're in the same place as the original Moorish capital, which is the original aboriginals of this land, which the chiefs have unearthed themselves, and burning down California at the same time because they are awakening and the Kundalini is rising. Like it's crazy. Like I never thought I would be doing stuff like this. Like my mind, a regular mind can't put this together. Like this is not me. That's what I'm saying. This is truly coming from source. Because like how would I even know to put all this? I wouldn't know. No one would know. I'm just guided to bring up certain things. And it just so happens that they're all fitting together because this is truly from source. So those flights, guys, is part of the proxy war, but it's also too, whew, I don't know, guys. I think I gotta go. I'm tired. I just keep, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse here, but just be safe. Be safe, guys. And what? Just like the chiefs, you got to be ready for anything. This is what our ancestors are saying. So this is what your atoms in your body is saying. Has your body not been speaking to you? Something weird is going on. Something is different. Something has changed. Your atoms, right? The ancestor codes inside of you are saying, be on alert. Be ready for anything. Have your head on a swivel where you can quickly just turn direction to be able to protect yourself, right? That's truly the message, right? That was truly the message. Okay. And just checking my notes here. A lot going on. A lot going on. Okay. All right, I'm done. I love you guys to the moon and back. I love you guys. Yes, Sean. I'm not going to repeat what you're saying because you know how YouTube is, but yes, you are 100% right. What you're talking about from September 11th. Yes. All right, guys, it's been beautiful. It's been a wonderful evening. Now it's time to say goodbye to all my family. MICKEYMOUSC. Ooh, why am I saying that? Y'all, what's we're gonna be here all night. Hold on, we're gonna be here all night long. What's the story behind Mickey Mouse? Someone tell me what's the story behind Mickey Mouse? Why did I say that? Something is weird with that. Something is weird. Okay. One thing I want to point out about Mickey Mouse is that we think about Mickey Mouse, we think about Walt Disney. One thing I know about Walt Disney is that when Walt Disney was preparing to create Disney World down in Florida, Walt Disney bought a lot of lands under like an alias name, or even possibly in hidden, bought it hidden because he didn't want people to know that he was buying so much land to start this project. Because A, the land probably would have been more expensive, right? They know that what he was creating was going to be, you know, $1 billion empire or trillion possibly. So he was buying it secretly under the table, under the radar. That is what Walt Disney was doing. Then later emerged Disney World. Disney World is not only right in what do you call that? Not only, why did I say Texas? I think there's a Disney land that's going to be coming to Texas. That's a whole nother thing. I'm just kidding. But Disney World is not only there just in Florida, but you know, you have Disneyland, you have you know, I think you have Disneyland Paris, I think. I think there might be one in Tokyo, I'm not sure. You have you know, California, right? Southern California. But what I'm saying is I feel that this is a message, that this is what's going on the land. But I keep telling you that they've been selling off parts of the corporation to pay debt. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I'm about to go turn my Moorish paperwork in, y'all. If I get a check, I'm gonna share with y'all. If I get me a check, I'm sharing with y'all. I'm serious. And my dad is, you know, he's already done all that stuff, right? You have to turn in and prove that you're Aboriginal on the land. So you need to have like your ancestors' birth certificate. So this is how we have like all of our birth certificates. Always talk about the birth certificates is right because my dad have been putting together all this information for years, right? So I used to think he was crazy. But now, I mean, now that what Spirit is saying, like Spirit is actually co-signing what he's been saying for all these years, you know? And sorry, Dad. Sorry, Daddy. I just thought you were a crazy old man. But I'm just saying, if I get a check, y'all, yeah, I'm gonna share with y'all. But I'm saying it's like the Mickey Mouse thing. I'm telling you, there are lands being sold right underneath us, and it's part of the proxy war. I'm telling you, America is forever divided. And this game or whatever we're about to witness tomorrow is to create the energy of the sever that has already started on paper under the ground. I'm telling you, America has pieces of it have been sold. There is like, I don't know, there's two Americas. They're literally, and I don't know if they'll ever tell us, but I'm telling you, it's like there's two governments, there's two Americas, there's two people, there's two different energies. If you notice that, one people who are hardcore Trump and other people who are hardcore, like, Kamala, like it's like giving like pick a side, but that's not where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to like be in the oneness, right? But I'm telling you guys what I know. They've sold this place off, and it's just going to be very interesting when they announce the separation of this war that we've been in, civil war, this proxy war as well. It's been all about trade, all about trade. But all right, guys, I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I love y'all. I love you guys to the moon and back. Now I'm getting tired. I'm getting silly. Any idea who it's sold to? That's the thing, guys. It's hidden. We know that part of it was sold to China. So make no mistake about it, when they start acting like China's the enemy, they're in bed with China. They got to keep the show up. So I know, guys, for the people who are Trumpers, they like the fact that Trump is America first, right? But may I remind you, this is still all these people who get in government still run by the Illuminati of some sorts. Some groups are better than other groups when it comes to the people. But the truth of the matter is, China is the owner of a lot of the parts that have been sold from underneath us. And so this was the whole problem with the Moors, and they're doing it again. The problem was they're selling land that they don't actually own. They only had a treaty with the Moors. They never owned it. What the Moors did was gave them the ability to occupy, the ability to govern, the ability to make laws, but never the ability to sell, but never the ability to do anything permanent of that nature. And so this has been the war that has been, because they as years went by, the Corporation of America just wanted more and more and more, more, more and more and more, right? And so this war has really been to try to get back a lot of the control, right? At least on paper. So some of the stuff has been sold off to China. Now, some of these things, what source is saying, could actually go back to the Moors on paper. So some of what I'm seeing with the money that the Moorish government's going to be receiving, the Moorish government is actually the true government. But the United States is a corporation that is operating this land, but it's not a government, it's a corporation. That is the part that has ended. And that's the part that they're now selling pieces of the company off. Some of that has gone to China. India has purchased, believe it or not. That's why you have a mass amount of Indian people coming over here. It's all by design. There's other nations too. And believe it or not, I don't care what they show you that China's on its own, they're a lone wolf. Nope, they're in on the one world government too. They're all in on it. And the thing is, the atoms, which true soul and spirit beings have, is the only ones that are under attack. And we've been pawns of the war for a very long time. So I'm leaving now, guys. That's it. I don't care for Taylor Swift. Yes, Bobby. Taylor Swift is, and that's just, it's just a distraction. Her showing up to all the games, her and her friends throwing up the Baphomet signs and all of that. And that's a whole nother layer that probably another day to get into, but truthfully, I just don't have the energy, guys. Somebody else decode that one. But it's just It's really wild. Oh, and the other thing that source said when I was showing you guys the fault lines in California and also near Kansas City, Missouri, that red I was showing you. So it's representing over here in Missouri, it's representing instability in the heart, instability in the heart of America. In the hearts of America, there's instability about what? The root, our basic needs and necessities. That is another thing that's going on within the people. And it's caused by the instability in the root chakra. So when you see the prices going up, yes, on one level, it's bad management from governments, but on a spiritual level, it's because the root is still not stable. There's no stability in the root chakra. It's unhealed still. The root is the atoms. Our atoms are unhealed because our atoms are divided, right? So that is another thing that's going on, guys. All right. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. And so it is as we walk together in divine love. Be well. Be well, guys.